Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week, and I'm excited to see you all. How are you all feeling? I'm really excited about today's class. You must be really excited too. So let me get my teacher badge. I always forget to do that. In school, we have to wear our pass. So I am Mr. Seagull, but you can call me Bobby, and I'm going to be your online maths teacher. So let's start by saying good morning, Bobby. Come on, a bit louder. Good morning, Bobby. Thank you. So, some of you might have just been doing some Joe Wicks, and now you're here to challenge your brain with Maths with Bobby. So, I'm a maths teacher, a BBC presenter for the Monkman and Seagull Genius Guide to Britain. Series 2 is coming out very soon. And I'm also an author of the book, The Life-Changing Magic of Numbers. And actually, in today's Thoughts of Mr. Seagull, I'm going to be referring to something from this. For me, numbers have changed my life, and I want to help you have numbers change your life as well. So, I'm really excited to be supporting Explore Learning. And look, have a look at this. How proud am I of this wonderful board? So neat and tidy. Wonderful. So this has Explore Learning supporting their launch of Explore at Home. And our mission is to keep education going during these challenging times. And more information on how to book a free online trial can be found here at explorelearning.co.uk. And again, we love social media. We love social media because one thing about maths is we all love maths, but we want to tell the world that we love maths. So the hashtag is Maths with Bobby and Mid Morning Maths. Explore Tutors on Twitter at explorelearning_official on Instagram. I'm at Bobby_Seagull on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. So please follow me there. And what we'd love to see is, so today we're doing a couple of cool things. We've got our normal dance. Oh, yes, I can do maths. And we have a special dance today as well. And if you want to recreate that in your house or during the lesson, please send us videos of that and we'd love to see it. So remember all these hashtags. So before we do our maths wrap to start. So today is going to be about time, the lesson. So I'm really impressed that you've come to this lesson without actually having covered time yet. That's a paradox, isn't it? You'll find previous lessons and fractions and calculations on the Explore Learning site, which is, I think, on YouTube and their main website. Next week is measurements, then patterns and sequences, then money. So the normal structure is 30 minutes of the class, then a couple of minutes of thoughts of Mr. Seagull, then about 10 minutes of Q&A with you. So before the mantra, let's do some shout outs this morning. So good morning, Viren. Good morning. Who else do we have? Safia in London. Let me see some of the shout outs. Good morning, Shilpi. Good morning, Jana. Good morning, Yoni. Good morning, Billy. Rachel loves maths. That's brilliant to hear. Hello, Sathina. Hello, Zach in Bristol. So if you're doing a type out, please let me know who it's from. Good morning, Joshua. Good morning, Eva and Huey. Good morning, Emily and Holly from Manchester. Good morning, Chris from Leicester. Good morning. Do I know how to solve a Rubik's? Not fully. The lesson's about to start, Katie. A few more shout outs before we get going. I am going to start doing my maths dances on TikTok. So I do have a TikTok at Bobby_Seagull. That's my Twitter and Instagram. Good morning, Miles and Marissa. Hello, Harry. So about 10 more seconds of shout-outs. Hello, Ellie, age 6, Max and Hull, Emily and Surbiton, Shazana and Mohammed from Brixton, Betsy, Esme, Zaina, Maisie, Mirren, Talia, last couple, Manashi, Esme and Reese. Okay, I will make sure I do some more shout-outs later on through the lesson. Hi, Bethany. Hi, Emily in Gloucester. Hi, Ethan in Coventry. And hi, Charlotte and Emily in Stockport. Last one, Sid and Percy. Okay, I will do more shout-outs later. So, you know the drill. We're going to start with our maths mantra. So, people come to me and say, Mr. Seagull, I can't do maths. So, they have an X, like Britain's Got Talent, an X. And you know the rap? So, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. One more time for me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Just one quick shout out. Apparently it's happy birthday to Bay from Sarah Whitfield. So happy birthday. Okay. So, are you excited for the lesson? Hands up if you're excited. Hands up if you're excited. Yes. Let's do this. Let's do this. So, today's lesson is about time, but I need to move this out of the way because behind this is Mr. Seagull's blackboard. Moving it away. We'll get this back later. So moving away my signs. Hopefully it doesn't fall. If you hear a clattering, is that falling over? So we're going to do a Facebook poll to start, to test your knowledge of where we are. So let me have a look. So I'm going to ask you a question. So let's find it. Facebook polls. And it's a question. Publish poll. Let's see. So it is, imagine we start this class at 10 a.m. and the lesson lasts half an hour. Then we have Q&A for 15 minutes. And then you spend 5 minutes tidying up. What time is it? So it's a poll for you. I want to assess your knowledge at the start. So we start a class at 10. The lesson lasts half an hour. Then we have Q&A for 15 minutes. And then you tidy up for 5 minutes. What is the time? What is the time? Let's see. So what is the time? So it's all about time today. We're looking at time. So what is the time? Not right now, in my questions. Again, we start at 10 a.m. I think I've got my clock here. I've got my clock. So it's 10 a.m. So let's see. We're going to go through this together. Boys and girls, adults, parents, carers, grandparents, everyone. Even cats and dogs, we welcome them in our maths lesson. Okay. Okay, so some people saying they're not sure about the poll. So let's go through it. So it says the lesson starts at 10 a.m. The lesson starts at 10 a.m. Then it says the lesson starts, is a half an hour. And half an hour, we know, half of 1 hour, like our fractions knowledge, half of 60 is 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So it takes us to 10:30. Then there's roughly a Q&A for 15 minutes. Takes us to 10:45. And at the end, you spend 5 minutes tidying up. 10:50. So that's the time. Needs to be a bit further up. 10:50. So I think a lot of us were confident of that. So it's 10:50. That was the answer. It was the answer. There we go. Well done. Well done, people. Okay. So, one interesting thing is, I had two options there. I said 11:45, if I can get that correct. I said 11:45 and 10:45. What you'll notice is, if I can get the clock to move, the clock doesn't want to work for me today. Come on. Mr. Seagull's going to get your detention if you don't work anymore. So, 11:45 and 10:45 are actually the same thing. This clock's not going to work for me. There we go. Come on. Thank you. Like Blue Peter, I needed this made earlier. Here's one I didn't make earlier. So, 10:45 or 11:45 are the same time. So, if that was the answer, you would have had two options. There we go. So, we are now going to proceed with the lesson. So, we think about time. This is my bad joke time. I'd like to say, I'm a time traveler. In fact, all of us, we're all time travelers. Do you know why? Because we're all moving 1 second at a time into the future. All of us. We're all traveling time just forward 1 second per second. There you go. Did you never realize that you were all time travelers? Okay. So, here we go. Chalk. Ready, brains engaged. Okay, so for time, we need to make sure we understand, and I'm sure we know this, but we just want to recap the basics before we move on. So, we have 60 seconds is the most basic. We have a second, 60 seconds. 1, 2, 3. So this is just a regular beating. That makes 1 minute. 60 seconds makes 1 minute. Then after that, 60 of those minutes makes 1 hour. I'll put 1 hour. 1 hour. 60 minutes makes 1 hour. And then I'm just doing a whole day, fast forwarding time. 24 hours makes what? 1 day. That's 1 full day. All the way from midnight to past midday, all the way to midnight the next day. So these are the key things that you need to know about time. And I'll tell you what, if an alien landed, okay, please, I don't want any aliens. I don't want these to be your overlords. Imagine these with brains. No. If aliens landed today, they might go, why have you picked 60? That's random. You humans count in tens on your fingers. 10, 20, 30, and yet you pick 60. Does anyone know the answer? They just type it in there and I'll tell you the story. Does anyone know the answer of why we pick 60? And I'm going to tell you the story. If anyone knows it before me, do type it. So, we're not quite sure, but what we think is there was a civilization called the Babylonians. The Babylonians. And they actually created one of the wonders of the world called the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. And there, it's about 2,000 years ago, they actually counted in 60s. The Babylonians counted in 60s. And actually they derived that, again, this is a bit of history, but Mr. Seagull was on a university challenge. So he loves, this is the quiz show that helped me become a teacher that a lot of people knew. A show about maths, science, history, geography, music history, everything. But on that show, it's about knowledge. And the Babylonians possibly learned it from a people called the Sumerians. The Babylonians. So how do I spell that? It spells like this. Baby, and then lon. Babylon was the place. So Babylonians are I-A-N-S. The Babylonians. So they used to count in 60s. And that's why we have 60 seconds, 60 minutes. So the question I want to ask you, this is something that you can send to us on Explore Tutors on Twitter, or tell me on Twitter at Bobby_Seagull or Instagram. Why did the Babylonians pick 60? So this might involve some research. So this is a bit of homework for you. So homework with Bobby. Can you look up for me, not today now, but after the lesson, why did the Babylonians use 60? Why did they use 60? So have a look, do some research on Google, on the internet, speak to your family, friends. Why did the Babylonians use 60? Once you've got that, tell us on Twitter at Explore Tutors or at Bobby_Seagull on Twitter or Instagram, and we'll share some of the solutions. So please let us know why you think that's the case. Now, it's time. Actually, I need to go and get something. This is something I'm going to borrow from my dad. So, in your house, can you go and look for a clock? So, this clock here is not going to work because these have numbers. I need to go and get a clock for my dad. I was actually going to keep the clock here and pretend I was going to walk to my dad. But actually, I'm genuinely going to go and walk to my dad. Can I borrow the clock, please? There we go. I'm back. Mr. Seagull's back. Mr. Seagull. That was not a good bit of Blue Peter presenting, because in Blue Peter, they would have said, here's something of earlier. I'm back. So, this is what I have. I didn't sneak in. I just told my dad I need this clock. So this is a clock. Tick, tock, tick. Do you remember the song we did on, what was the song we did yesterday? We did tick, tock, around the clock. Tick, tock, 15. Tick, tock, 30. Tick, tock, 45. Tick, tock, 60. Let's rock around the clock. Tick, tock, 15. Tick, tock, 30. Tick, tock, 45. Tick, tock, 60. Let's rock around the clock. So this is the real clock. And the reason I've got this is if we look at my other clock, Mr. Seagull's brain is all scrambled today. He can't find things. Okay. If you look at the two clocks, can someone tell me what they think the difference is between the two clocks? What is the difference? So this is a grandfather clock, but I'm going to call it my father clock. It's my father's clock. Can anyone tell me in the comments the difference between these two clocks? By the way, I got Alex Cost has got a good idea. He says, 60 can be divided into lots of different ways. Well done, Alex Koss. That's part of the answer. Oh, I saw an answer. I saw someone else mention it. What's the difference between these two clocks? Yes, Monica's got it. Ishmael's got it. And the answer is, and Mariam's got it as well. It's Roman numerals. Roman numerals. You can see these are called actually Arabic numbers. I think they call Arabic. They were originally invented by the Arabs. So the numbers here, Indo-Arabic numbers there. What we see as our normal numbers. Here we have Roman numerals. You can see the numbers are different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we'll look through the numbers. Like, can I prop this up anywhere? This could be a disaster. Let's have a look. Can I prop this up anywhere? Oh, I don't think I will. I'm going to end up breaking it. I'm going to put this carefully on the floor. Carefully. Okay, so the Roman numerals were invented by, have a guess, the Romans. What did the Romans ever do for us? You know, they built straight roads, they invented massive public baths, administration. I don't know what the Romans did for us. Okay, so here we are. So the numerals are 1 as the number 1. So if you've got a piece of paper, write this down with me. Then we've got 2. You can write it as a 2 with an II. You can probably do that. Or you can put 2 by itself. Then we've got 3. So it feels fairly standard now. And this is where it gets a little bit more tricky. So 4 is this. So actually, I'll show you 5 first. 5 is that, a V. 1 is a unit for a finger. And that V we have, that's the V for 5. So that's 5. But what the Romans do for 4 is they put 1 in front of the 5. 1 in front of the 5. So it's 1 less than 5, which is 4. But I'll tell you what, we'll come back to that in a bit. Then 6 is V plus the I. 6, yeah? So we're halfway down the clock. Then we have VII for 7. Feels fairly forward. So it's 5 plus the 2. Then we have VIII for 8. For 8. And on 9 again, we'll come back to 9 in a second. We've got X for 10. And now here, for 9, they don't do VIII. What they do is 1 less than 10. So you put the, what have I done there? Yeah, 1 less than 10. So it makes it smaller. If you put the number, the character in front of it, it makes it smaller. If you put it afterwards, it makes it bigger. So here it is 11. And you can probably guess what 12 is. XII. So these are the Roman numerals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I'll show you one thing. On a clock, if you look at this, do you notice number 4 is different? Can anyone tell me? Number 4. We'll recap it. Don't worry. We're going to do... Anyone notice what's different about number 4? So someone's asking, is this suitable for year 5? So yeah, we're going to stretch on to bus timetables as well. So it's years 3 to 6. So if you look at this, the number 4 actually just has 4 lines. 4 lines. I think I damaged it. I'll come back to it later. So the number 4 has 4 lines. God, I think I did break that. Sorry, Dad. The number 4 has 4 lines. What I wanted to now do is our Roman numeral wrap. So Roman numeral wrap. Oh God, I need to fix that later. Okay. So I'm going to become a Roman general. Imagine this is a Roman hat. Roman hat. And imagine this is my Roman general stick. Okay. Time for a Roman general rap. So it's going to be a marching song. You know the Romans marched a lot. So you have to march with me. So again, if this video is fun, record it, send it to us on at Bobby_Seagull, Twitter, Instagram, or on at Explore Tutors on Twitter, or Explore Learning_official. So I'll do it a couple of times. I know my Roman numerals. Then you repeat, I know my Roman numerals. Help me count the clock you see. Help me count the clock you see. I is 1 and V is 5. I is 1 and V is 5. X is 10 and now you're free. X is 10 and now you're free. So do that a couple of times. So it's, I know my Roman numerals. You repeat that. I know my Roman numerals. Help me count the clock you see. Help me count the clock you see. I is 1 and V is 5. I is 1 and V is 5. X is 10 and now you're free. X is 10 and now you're free. Let's do that again. So you remember, you repeat, like I'm a Roman major general. You repeat after me every time. So, I know my Roman numerals. I know my Roman numerals. Help me count the clock you see. Help me count the clock you see. I is 1 and V is 5. I is 1 and V is 5. X is 10 and now you're free. X is 10 and now you're free. So, if you have a version of that song, please just send it to us. That was my Roman Major General March. Okay, so as a challenge, another bit of homework. We've got 2 bits of homework. So what I'd like you to do is, sorry, I shouldn't give you too much homework. So there's 2 bits of homework. One is about the Babylonians. Why do they use 60? And the second one, for students that are saying, Mr. Seagull, I'm really confident with Roman numerals. Can you create a sheet, a sort of learning sheet with the key Roman numerals? Because it doesn't just stop at 10. It carries on. There's 50, 100, 1000. So I want you to create for me a sheet that shows the Roman numerals with 10, 50, 100, 1000. And then the extension task is write the year 2020. This is a bit tricky one. Write the year 2020 for me in Roman numerals. So the homework is create a page with all the Roman numerals and write the year 2020. So there you go. That's a fun bit of homework for you. Okay. So I want to look at bus timetables in about a few minutes. But initially, we'll just look a bit of estimating. So estimating is a sense that you can develop through time. You can develop it through time. So that normally we've got an hour. The subdividers are, we've got a second, we've got a minute, and then we have an hour. Let me rub this out. And an hour. So the key thing about estimating is to know how long would things take. So let's say a clap. That's clearly in the second category. How about running around the playground? Probably in the minutes. Not now, probably in the minutes. What about blinking? Blinking. That would be in the second category, seconds. What about a PE lesson? PE lesson, probably in the hour. You'd measure like a 1 hour PE lesson. Tying your shoelaces. What about that? What would that be? Tying your shoelaces. That would be in probably maybe in the minute. Take a minute to do both laces properly. I think estimation is just having a good sense of what the numbers mean. For example, if someone said, I ran a 100-meter race. It took me 20 hours. That sounds wrong. So it's like 20 hours. I mean, possibly, but it's probably going to be 20 seconds. Or if someone said, I listened to a really good song on the radio. I listened to some Dua Lipa. I like Dua Lipa. And that song was 3 seconds long. Really? No, 3 minutes. So numbers are about getting a good sense so that you can estimate things really well. Really well. Okay, so we're going to do another poll. I'm going to do another poll for you, boys and girls. So this should come up. So in real life, where do we see timetables? Where do we see timetables? It should pop up on your screen. So by timetables, I don't mean times tables. I mean like a school timetable that says the time and when the next lesson is. Where might you see timetables in the real world? Where might you see timetables? So let me know, where might you see timetables in the real world? My dad's going to be annoyed. I think I've broken the grandfather clock. We've had that for about 25 years. I'm sorry, Dad. Where might you see timetables? Timetables. Let's see what So have people give me, so can you see that poll for me? Otherwise, type it in the comments for me. So where might you see timetables? Where might you see? So I've seen, let's have a look. So let me see some options. I've got bus stop from D. Georgina says train. Good. Gym, correct. Melanie says gym. That's right. Let's see if there are any other new ideas. Secondary school, Ninma. Yeah, of course, in secondary school, we see timetables, rotas, teachers. We've got responsibilities. What else do we have? Anything new? On a clock, possibly. Work rotas. Yes, Daniel says work rotas. Any other thing? In a shop. Bhavna, well done. This is great. I can see some, Tammy says, I'll be in trouble for my dad. Yeah, I think I'm going to be in trouble. We've had that clock for 25 years. Oh dear, BobbySeagull. What else do we see? Any other new ones? Someone says, airports, Lucy. Exactly. At airports. Let's see any of the new ideas. Railways, we got that from a few people. On a whiteboard, Sahita. Yeah, I guess you'd put it on a whiteboard. So we've got lots of brilliant ideas. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm going to close this if I can. Let's see if I can close this. Thank you. Thank you. That was brilliant. Lots of really great suggestions there. Bus, school, trains, airports. We see these timetables, not times tables, everywhere. So this is going to be the last main part of the lesson. So I'm going to try something a bit different today. Let's see if it works. I'm going to put a question up for you. Let's see if this technology works. Oh, that's snazzy. Oh, wait, let's see it. Is it there? Can you all see a bus timetable for me? Can you all see a bus timetable? If you can, I'm going to be so excited. So just type in the comments if you can see a bus timetable for me. I think we can. So are you seeing a bus timetable for me right now? Please, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. So, I think you can. I think you can see it. So, if you look at this bus timetable, let's have a look. Are people saying they can see it? Yes, I assume you can see it. So, festival timetables as well. So, on this, it shows you on the left-hand side, if you look, it says Magor, Redwick, Rogiet, Caldicott, Longfellow, Caldicott Cross, Caldicott Bypass, Port Stewart Church, and Chepstow Bus Station. All those bits on the left-hand side, that left-hand column, are places where the bus stops. Now, the numbers, if you look at the first one, Magor, Redwick, yeah, it says 0635. That means at 6:35 in the morning, there's a bus at that stop. There's a bus at that stop. And what it tells you is, it gets to Rogiet by 6:42. At 6:42. Then you have a little arrow. Can you see in that second column, a little arrow down? I think that means it skips out that place. Maybe early morning service. Then at 6:51, it's at Caldicott Cross. Then 6:53 at Caldicott Bypass. Then at 6:57, it's at Port Stewart. And at 7:06, it's at Chepstow Bus Station. And you know what? With this bus timetable, you can tell lots of things. So I could ask you, how long does it take on the 6:35 to get from Magor to Rogiet? Magor to Rogiet. Actually, Amisha's got the correct answer. Amisha says it takes 7 minutes to get from Magor to Rogiet. And what you do is you look at the time from Magor, 6:35 to 6:42. That's 7 minutes. But imagine I said to you, you're going from Rogiet, yeah? Rogiet to Caldicott Bypass. So Rogiet Terrace. So look at Rogiet to Caldicott Bypass. How long does that take if you get the 6:42 bus? So Rogiet Pool Terrace, the second row, first column, 6:42 to Caldicott Bypass. So look at 6:42, then you move your eye down the bus timetable, and it gets to Caldicott Bypass at 6:53. That's well done. Again, Amisha, it's 11 minutes. It takes 11 minutes. So this again, it looks overwhelming. There's lots of numbers. But I'll tell you what's great, boys and girls. This is maths in the real world. We all need to navigate, buses, trains, airports. Looking at timetables is so important. But the timetable can actually help us in other ways. We can plan journeys. And again, in Britain, sometimes buses are delayed. So don't always rely on it. But the timetables are maths in action. So I want to ask you a question to see if you can understand this. And we'll go through this answer properly. So I'm going to put a question for you as a poll. Let's see if it works. So in this poll, You live in Magor Redwick Road, and the school is at at Caldecott Cross, and you need to reach Caldecott Cross by 10 o'clock. What is the very latest bus you can get? What is the very latest bus you can get? And you want to be on time. So after this, we're going to do the thoughts of Mr. Seagull. We've still got a bit of time. Yeah, Katrina, this is a tricky bit. This is someone saying this is a challenging bit. And again, what you can do is you can re-watch the video. This is the really tough bit at the end of the class. So don't worry if you're struggling. This is not meant to be really straightforward. So I'll go through this. So a few of you are getting the answers. So the question says you live at Magor Redwick. So you have to look. You can see Magor Redwick. You look along that line. You're going to start on one of those times. And the question is, you want to get to Caldecott Cross. So Caldecott Cross is the third option. 1, 2, fourth option. So can you see the rows? First, second, third, fourth. Caldecott Cross. And the question says, you want to reach there by 10 o'clock at the very latest. So you look along Caldecott Cross, 6:51, 7:04, 7:27, 8:09, 8:15, 9:15, 9:47, 10:15. The one that gets at 10:15 is too late, isn't it? It's too late. So the one before at 9:47 gets us in on time. So that gets you before 10, yeah? So what you now do is you move up all the way back to Magor Redwick, and that tells you have to get the 9:31. Well done, Mayuri, and Elise and Kate. It's 9:31. And this looks a bit tricky. And what I would suggest is you come back to this session on YouTube or the Facebook stream and you practice making questions for yourself. So a question could be, I live at Caldecott Cross and I need to get to Chepstow bus station by 8:40. So practice, make questions for yourself. And I think with maths, obviously I'm teaching you the idea, but you've got to practice it yourself. So there we go. That was time. That was time. And again, that was a bit of a tricky session. We're going to do the thoughts of Mr. Seagull now. Time for thoughts of Mr. Seagull. So I'm going to get my book out for you. So I'm going to show results and poll. There we go. So I'm going to get my book out. So in my book, not the thoughts of Mr. Seagull, the life-changing magic of numbers. I've got one section, so it all talks about how maths has changed my life. So it goes through sport, cooking, my school experiences, me collecting football stickers, my first job, and how I use numbers everywhere. And there's one chapter right at the end which talks about how I use numbers to planning my daily routine. And I'll read you one sentence and we'll talk about this, because this is really powerful thoughts of Mr. Seagull for today. So it says, if I were to say to you that every day you are given £86,000 and 400, £86,400, you would be right in thinking that's wonderful, and you would possibly consider waiting for it to accumulate into a substantial pile. So you're given £86,400 every day, and a normal person might think, yes, I'm going to wait for the money to roll in. I'm going to keep waiting every day. I'm going to show you where this number comes up. This number is in a day there are 24 hours. In an hour, there are 60 minutes. And in a minute, there are 60 seconds. If you multiply these, and again, we have done calculations last week, multiplication. So why don't you again, later on, practice multiplying these out. 24 times 60, then 24, then that answer times 60 again. You can use column or grid. If you multiply that out, you get 86,400. And I'll tell you why this is related to thoughts of Mr. Seagull. Do you remember that question I said? Imagine you're given £86,400 a day. But someone told you had to spend it every day. You can't just build it up. And the reason why this is important, boys and girls, is every day, all of us, whether you're small or tall, whether you're fast or slow, or whether you live in Britain or Brazil, or whether you're a footballer or a singer, or whether you're a mum, a dad, a child, all of us, we're all given 86,400 seconds a day, each of us. That's all, no more, no less. And for me, the thoughts of Mr. Seagull are, make sure you use your time wisely, because we all get given the same time. And this time here, again, you need to sleep properly, do some exercise with Joe Wicks, rest, talk to your friends, do work, come to Maths with Bobby, do some Explore Learning on their website. But that's all you're given, 86,400. It's a lot though, but make sure you use your time wisely. Make sure you use your time wisely. 86,400 seconds a day. So that's the thoughts of Mr. Seagull for today. There we go. Thank you very much. So, before our conclusion, I wanted to say a couple of things for you. On Friday is Key Stage 3. So if you felt confident with the numbers and time today, we're going to progress further this Friday. And again, please tell your friends at Bobby_Seagull, at Explore Tutors. And again, send us your suggestions, solutions. Remember, I gave you a couple of bits of homework. One was, if you wanted to, why did the Babylonians use 60? Or the other one, which I think is really cool, the Roman, especially because I've broken my clock, I need something to cheer me up. The Roman numerals, can you tell me, or create a chart, a poster, with all the Roman numerals up to 10 and beyond, 50, 100, 500, 1000. And then the bit was, what is the year 2020? Create a lovely poster for me. And we're on measurement next week. And I want to do my Roman numerals rap again, because I quite like it. And I want to see if you can do a rendition of that. We've got a question from a couple of parents, and I'll make sure I answer that in the last couple of minutes. Remember, the Roman numerals rap was, I know my Roman numerals, help me count the clock you see, I is 1 and V is 5, X is 10 and now you're free, One more time. I know my Roman numerals, help me count the clock you see, I is 1 and V is 5, X is 10 and now you're free, So that's my Roman numerals. And again, if you've got a great version of that, send it along to us. So, a couple of questions from parents. So, here we are. So one is, I'm finding it hard to focus. Do you have any tips? I think focusing, we get distracted when there are too many things around us. It could be you've got the television on, maybe loud music blaring, maybe you're talking to people. And I think our brains do work better when we're focused on one thing at a time. And I think with focus, also give yourself like an end point. Don't just sit at your desk and go, I'm going to just keep working. Say maybe 25 minutes, I'm going to work, and then have a quick break. I think when you know there's an end, it gives you that reward and incentive. So I say focus, give yourself little rewards. Mita says, my child finds maths easy. So if you're finding maths easy, what I would say is try and find extension work. Again, if you're on Key Stage 2 and you found today's session at Mr. Seagull, that was quite easy. Even the boss timetables, I was confident with that. Come along to Key Stage 3 on Friday. I think always try and look ahead. Try and develop a appreciation of subjects beyond the sort of depth of that. That's a really great question. Thank you for the lessons. Final few mentions are, if you like my sort of knowledge and quizzing, I do something called #quiz for NHS. So every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on my YouTube channel is a football quiz. So only if you're into football, but every Saturday I do a family-friendly quiz, all in aid for the NHS. So if you go to my Twitter or Instagram, it's on my bio there. So it's justgiving.com/quiz for NHS, and you'll find the details of my YouTube channel. And I do rounds on charades, a primary school round, popular culture, music, a sing-along, and it's really great fun. Saturday night at 8 o'clock, and on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock is the football one. So again, thank you so much for coming to Explore Learning today for Explore at Home. Let me get back to the poster. Here we are. Look. I got this for a reason, but I'm looking at my clock. I'm so sad about it. Here we are. Maths with Bobby, at Mid Morning Maths, at Bobby_Seagull. And you've got the Explore Tutors. Send us in your homework. We'd love to see the ideas of that. Send us in your videos of your maths dances. And again, head to explorelearning.co.uk, and if you click on free resources, you can watch all my videos again and download the activity sheets. And I know someone commented they're finding the pace a bit tricky today. That's why you can watch the video again and take your own time. And they're obviously also offering a free online trial, and you can find more information on the website. So we've got all the social media handles. So my next class is on Friday. Tell your friends and family. We love maths. I love maths. It makes me so happy to see all of you. So before we do our wrap at the end, I'm going to say a few more thank yous. Thank you, LOR. See you on Saturday with my quiz. Good luck, my dad, Irene. Oh my God, I think my dad can hear me. I actually think I've broken it because the glass, you can't open the glass up. Yes, I have damaged my dad's clock. You know the clock? I think it's like 25, 30 years old. Maybe more than that. Oh dear. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you, Laura. Who else? Sabina says she's sick at football. If you're sick at football, come along to my quiz. Again, it's my BobbySeagull YouTube channel. It's quiz for NHS. Thanks, Narinda. Thank you, Dee. I'll do about 30 seconds more of thank yous before my end wrap. Thank you, Ellie, age 6. Well done for coming for Key Stage 2, Ellie. Thank you, Sylvie. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Anna. Last couple. Thank you, Ellis. Thank you, Sulsana. Thank you, Monica. So again, send us your homework. And you know what we're going to end on? We're going to end in our positive maths wrap. So here we go. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Joanne. Yeah, I know. People are saying bad boy for damaging my dad's clock. I'm really in trouble, even as an adult. Okay, so remember, you put your arms together like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. One more time. 3, 2, 1, go. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Yes, I can do maths. Thank you all. I'm BobbySeagull at Bobby_Seagull, and you've been with Explore Learning, Maths with Bobby, Explore Tutors. Send us in your homework and have a great day. Thank you all. Shout out Layla Ann before I leave.